Hello out there. This is John Wayne Mercure, the Sonneteer from beautiful, beautiful Chandler, Arizona. The Klieg Light to the world. The Society of Living Poets. You're a member if you want to be. Why not be in a Society of Living Poetry? Because poetry is the most beautiful language there is next to mathematics. And that's the most beautiful poetry of all. I wrote this sonnet because people they can't stand it. And it bothers me. This is sonnet number 350. I wrote it 13 years ago. I'm talking about God. And the name of the sonnet is He Walks Within the Silence. And there's the rub. The silence. People can't stand the silence. They got to have the radio on, the TV on. They have to have people around. People are generally absolutely terrified of total silence. Awful images assail fragile minds with visions of violence. It scares them. Nightmarish specters in the silence of the night and day haunt their every move, scaring them witless, twisting their guts into ugly knots, facing their worst fears, while their minds are confused and naked. They're drug into it. They have racing thoughts, crashing down on sanity, holding on to their sanity, tormenting all age groups, young, old, fleeing, running away from that relentlessly incessant voice inside our heads in the silence. Seeing our crimes and misdeeds exposed, the vengeance of the dead. Revenge is mine, saith the Lord, I will repay. Well, people are too scared of the silence. Let me explain it, how simple it is to you, all right? The silence scares people because God walks within the silence. And the wise man, the wise woman, the wise child listens because he'll talk to you in a still small voice. Some people call it the conscience. And this is an extended variety, deluxe. Well, people will do almost anything to avoid that silence and self-analysis, to think about your life, what you've done with your life. Evil torment admonishes us, smiting us with total paralysis. We all know that our inner voice will never give us true peace. It's in your head. It's in your heart. Being rational, we need to face our demons piece by ugly piece. And people run away to the bottle, to liquor, to drugs, to run away from life, to not measure up, to not be worthy. You have to face those demons piece by ugly piece. The crack of doom, dying, the crack of doom, death, comes far too soon for us to waste any time. Our lack of focus, our running scared, self-medicated, drug crimes. Seeing escape from the inescapable quiet out in outer space. It's quiet. God walks in that quiet. But everybody flees everywhere. Aging years. You get older in years, and it's not years, it's interminable days, the days that never would end. And the years and years, now you're years older than you look. You're looking into the mirror in its deadly stare. God walks within the silence. And scientists, they search their formulas without seeing a grand design. I've heard those fabulous astrophysicists and scientists and people in astronomy, and they say they're atheists. What, are you insane? You think it's all an accident? It's so perfect, it's like a gigantic clock, and we're part of it. The grand design. These people that say that, they're just conceited egotists. seeing only chaos, disputing the obvious signs. How come the planets don't run into each other? Intellectual giants, smart people mocking nature, seeing and seeking irrational causes. Boastful pedants, braggarts, boasting, failing to see nature in all of its resultant dogmas. It's so beautiful. Dogmas of immutable physics. The physics doesn't change because it was all set up by the higher power of God. God did it all. Behold his works. Behold the glory of the Lord. And these same scientists, their crosses of anguish, oh, we don't know the truth, self-inflicted doubt, scientific fraud. They don't want to know. They don't want to know what the silence is. The incredibly vast universe, it doesn't end. One silence, eternally permeating. It's everywhere. You can't escape the silence because that's where God lives. Impenetrably mysterious because we refuse to be believing. We don't want to believe it. We're so self-obsessed and so self-centered that we won't believe. We think we've got another way, and we don't. There can be only one way. Ancient societies, they agreed. There has to be one cause of all things. One cause. The Egyptians started it all. Amun. One God. Ra, Aten, Amun. Well, science doubts, but it's always looking for proof. Well, good. And factual rulings and facts. Good. But the facts show you. Einstein said, I could prove God if I had to. And it probably wouldn't take much effort on his part because he understood. But these people that are atheists, they only want the government to be God. Science and reflection, really thinking about it, making up your own mind. You do have a mind, don't you want to think on your own? If you think on science and the reflection of the science itself, you can remove all doubt if it's faced without fear. We're talking about silence, about space, about things that are out there where God walks and talks to us. I don't understand people. They should reverence solidarity, solitude, because sometimes the best friend you're ever going to have is inside with yourself. You're seeing purpose in life without tears. Let go, let God. He's in charge anyway. There's no greater blessing than solitude within God's holy silence. The beauty of it, just to get to think. You can hear so well if you're listening. And the silence itself is so beautiful. It's majestic. It's God. Where genius in that silence meditates and blossoms and grows. Scientific laws of evidence. You got to be aware that all scientific law is from God. It's proof of his magnificence. In the Garden of Eden, we got sassy. We knew everything. We knew good and evil. We know it all. We know everything. And he said, all right, you're going to start over. All right, you're going to start over. You're going to have to learn how to make a fire. You're going to have to make food. You're going to have to how to clothe yourself. You're so smart, you're going to have to figure out how you're going to eat. Get out. Get out. I'm the boss. You bow to me. I told you not to do that, and you did it anyway. And now you got to pay. And now, little by little, it took us 1,400 years ago, we figured out the stirrup for horses and saddles, the stirrup. We didn't figure that out. We didn't figure out the kitchen match until 1810. And before that, we had to rub sticks. Come on, man. And now we got computers and everything is doubling in computer knowledge every 2 years. He's letting us know. He's letting us know. Do we have the righteousness and the good sense to understand it, to keep up, to not let everybody take our liberty and freedom away because they say, we're going to give you a government job. So they burn your business down. We'll give you a government job. Well, God walks within the silence, and he's watching us. And it's Ozymandias. In the end, there's nothing but dust and ashes. What matters No matter what, how big you are, famous you are, how much money you are, it's dust and ashes in the end. What matters is what you do with your life now, what you do with God's silence, with his talents that he gave you. What are you doing with your talents? Are you helping now? Are you righteous? This country right now, America's in trouble. The Bill of Rights, the Constitution, we have to fight for them. The rule of law, the rule of order. And it's important that you get out there and understand this. God bless you, everyone. Thank you for listening to It to Make Hebrews In.